What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Gamers Fly podcast. We're every Friday, Saturday, or Sunday discussing all things games and one of your hosts, Jarrell. With me is my co-host, Arthur Thomas. What's happening, my guy?
Nothing much. It's very humble of you not to laugh in my face, saying your Steelers beat my Vikings. But it's okay. It's okay.
It was a close. Needless to say, it was a close game because, just people were making mistakes on both ends. I'm like, why is this a close game?
Yeah. There were some clutch moments of like, I love watching this team, but goddamn, my blood pressure. It's like, remember, kids, never have a physical the day after a football game. Why is your blood pressure high? Did you fucking see the game?
Because you said the picture you're in the bar, and I was like, that's right. We're playing the Vikings in fucking Ireland.
Yeah.
Shit. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's really funny because like I said, I moved to the Midwest, the land of meat, cheese, and alcoholics. Packed house, 8 in the morning on a Sunday, 8 in the morning on a Sunday, purple and gold jerseys everywhere. Packed house. I had a Guinness to start my morning, as one does. Arthur, what'd you do at 8 in the morning? Pint of Guinness. And then I went with my Blue Moon. I will say this. To Joe. Having a lifetime of watching football and then watching it at a bar with food at 8 in the morning, you're like, your muscle memory of what the fuck you order for food shattered. You're like,
you don't remember what you ate?
Yeah, no. I'm just saying, like, what do you normally get at a bar when you're watching football? Wings, fries, burger. It's 8 in the fucking morning, Drill. Hash browns, biscuits and gravy, sausage. So I had because my go-to is whenever I watch football, like out at a business, not at home, but like when I'm out of business, I have like finger food. Like I have a bunch of appetizers, right? So I had like a bunch of sides of just plain hash browns. It's like, okay, you can I order a side of just plain hash browns? Cool. Can I order a side of just plain sausage patties? Cool. Can I order two of those together? So it was just like a hodgepodge of just like sides, you know what I mean?
No, that sounds like fun. I mean, that's part of the. I mean, the fact as far as having a beer at 8 a.m. I mean, that's.
Yeah, I like in the chat what I say. It's like, drill, early morning kickoff. I'm going to start drinking 8 a.m. What? Isn't this America? I thought this was America. Yeah. This is not America? This is not America? Yeah, so,
it's like college days, yeah. Or like waking up in Vegas, it's like, yeah, I'm going to wake up with alcohol,
Yeah, spoiler, my taste buds have not changed since I was young, but my body's like, oh, you fat old fuck, you're taking a nap whether you like it or not. So I went from, so Jarrell can test this. I went from like, Jarrell, let's pod the second I get back to like 3 hours later. You up? Oh shit, now I am. like I said, it wasn't even intentional. And the reason that, sorry, Joe, if astute viewers watching this video will watch me looking to the right, making a face. Oh, real time drill. I just realized I got leftovers.
What? You just realized.
What are my leftovers? Oh, one second. Actually, I don't even know. One sec. I got pancakes. I love pancakes.
Well, there you go. You got something to eat later.
Sorry.
Dear. Oh man, the joys of morning football. Well,
yeah, it's that weird mix where I'm drinking in my late 30s, where like Joel knows, like I'm not a liability in the streets. I'm not. It's just that like I'll pay my tab. I overtip. Spoiler: if you ever see me in the wild, I'm inebriated. I will overtip you. 20%. One of my cuck. 30-40%. Suck my dick. So I'll overtip, but there'll be a gap in like 1 or 2 hours of memory of like, what happened? What? Like live right now. Like, yeah, drill. Da 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 da. Pancakes.
Oh man. That's wild.
I'm not. Look, Jarrell. Here's the thing. I'm not saying what's that line from the Boondocks. I'm not saying I'm a bitch, but as Charlie Murphy once said, "Bitches love pancakes." I ain't no bitch, but I love pancakes. And so that was a gift from my past self to soon-to-be near future self.
Well, with that being said, hello.
Hi, we talk
Whoever's
about
watching,
games here.
whoever's watching this, hello. You can subscribe to our channel, which you should at G4L Podcast at G4L Podcast. That's the one-stop place that we will have our podcast, which is of course our YouTube channel. It's where Arthur has the streams and whatnot on the channel as well, game streams and what have you. I know it's been a bit, so thanks. So welcome back here for those who have watched the show before. And anything else, Gamers for Life, you can go to linktree.com/Gamers for Life, the one stop and shop link to the show. And here at the Gamers for Life podcast, we read the news where you can watch or listen to what you choose by clicking on the links to the time code within the description of the episode. Luckily, we're using Riverside now, so saves me a lot of time editing and whatnot. So
I love how we can take like 2 or 3 weeks off, and you can just rattle off like that introduction like muscle memory. I love it.
it's just it's just muscle memory here at this point. So, and we actually have since we've been gone for a little bit, there's been a decent agenda of items that have happened, and I guess it's kind of starting from one of the most recent things. State of Play happened. Now, I didn't get to watch the whole thing. I did a lot of show notes, but the main thing that a lot of people were excited about finally seeing was the Wolverine gameplay slash trailer, more official first trailer, I should say, by Insomniac, and I gotta say, it looks pretty good. The good old traditional violent. I'm gonna stab you right in the face, Wolverine. Incredibly violent as I would want my Wolverine games to be. Um, Very excited, very excited. It's funny because a lot of the things he was stabbing was like robots that were bleeding or something like that. Like it was almost like their oil was coming out, but it seemed like it was like blood or whatnot. But he was just stabbing the shit out of everything. But the game looks pretty fun. It looks pretty fun so far. Very curious. I mean, the actual story seems good as well. But yeah, I don't know. Any thoughts on the matter? Did you get a chance to check out the state of play or the show notes or whatever?
People already, the internet's got an internet. You can tell the internet, hey guys, I'm giving away free money, and the internet will get pissed off. People are already like, well, it's not challenging. You see, because I haven't touched grass, I'm aware that Wolverine has an adamantium skeleton and a god tier OP healing factor. Therefore, a game of his will not be challenging. Go fuck yourself. X-Men Origins Wolverine's one of the best OG games of all time. Go fucking play it. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah, that
So
game's
people
great.
are saying of like, oh, the game's gonna be challenging. It's gonna be boring. Hi, number one, grass. Go touch it. It's okay. It won't kill you. Go touch grass. Talk to people. I mean, the same people that are like, I get anxiety by ordering pizza. Fuck you. Go fuck yourself. Um, like there's like this subsection where like I forget his name, but a YouTuber we both follow made a video of like, oh my god, who's gonna play this game? How do you make a game about Wolverine challenging? He has adamantium skeleton, he has healing factor. This is Insomniac. Hi, have you met them? They're awesome. Fuck you. so this game's gonna be fun. A
Yeah.
reminder: this game got leaked years ago when James Franco and Seth Rogen were like, "We're gonna make a movie about killing Kim Jong Un," and someone hacked Sony, and we're like, "We're gonna reveal everything." Fuck you, Sony. Also, by the way, they're making a Wolverine game. Because remember that's how it got leaked. Like I don't know if you remember. That's literally how this game announcement, quote unquote, got leaked. Is because
I forgot about
remember the movie called Interview, Seth Rogen and James Franco, about killing Kim Jong Un, and
that. Yeah,
Sony
the
got
interview.
hacked. Yeah, and
Yeah.
so
That
yeah,
was a weird moment in history. Like
yeah, that was
if you release that film, we'll hack you. It's out now.
yeah, yeah. So, I mean, um, it's here's I can't wait for this. Say what you want about like quote unquote AAA developers that don't miss. Insomniac's up there, dude. People that put AAA developers in a list that don't miss and be like Bethesda. I'm like, I don't think you know what the word miss means. But no, no, no. They make
Yeah,
games like
Insomnia's solid.
Spider-Man, bunch of stuff. So game's gonna be just fine.
Yeah.
Um, sorry. Um, I'm hyped to fully got now. I'm hyped we fully got information on this because remember there was a reveal trailer fucking years ago. It feels like 3 years.
Right.
Honestly,
It
Joe,
feels a while. It was a
I want to say
while
like
ago.
2 to 3 years ago. It's been more than 2 years, confidently. It's been a hot minute since it was announced there's gonna be a Wolverine game. So to finally get this, it's like cool. Sony hasn't forgot, what they're working on. Marathon. Um, but it's funny how it's slight tangent or statement. How brief you want to keep it is your response. It's funny how late in Jim Ryan's career, oh, we want, live service blockbuster games. And it's like, one of the few games people are excited for, an original IP from Sony is like a single player Wolverine game. You know what I mean? It's almost like that's what Sony's known for. Single player IPs. Isn't that fucking crazy?
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
so
That's wild.
but yeah, so the Sony State of Play happened. There's a bunch of great announcements. I too can watch it. But like if I had to pick one game of like Arthur, if you were to buy money, let me phrase that. If you were to spend money, if I were to buy money, Drill, it feels like I felt like I was talking like Charlie Day from Sunny Philadelphia. You know what I mean? I want to buy money. I'm sorry, sir. I want to buy money. It's just in the confident arrogance. It is Charlie Kirk. It is Charlie Day. But no, what I'm saying is, let me phrase that. If I was say, hey, if there's any game that was announced to say to play, I would buy day one. It'll be Wolverine. I won't, just because I got other shit in my life going on. Yeah, I'm too busy watching the Vikings lose and nap at 9 in the morning. Okay, fuck off. But but yeah, the state of play happened. I will say this though, Drell. I was impressed how that for that state of play, a fuck ton of games were announced, because partially tangent. Up until now, state of plays are like roll the die because you never know. Like you never know if you're gonna get like reveal after reveal after reveal, or like here's 3 games and want to spend the rest of the time talking about one. Like Ratchet and Clank remember Ratchet and Clank had its own state of play. One of their Japanese horror games had their own state of play. Silent Hill had their own state of play, where it's just about that 1 to 3 games, whereas this like bam, 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 bam. And there's a bunch of other games. I forget there was another anticipated game that was announced. Is like Dark Soul. I want to say it's Souls like. I forget what game it's called, but there was another Souls like game that was announced that a lot of people were hyped for. But like I said, I will say this: like I'm impressed that we had a bunch of games that get announced or revealed, or like Wolf X Men, like X Men. I want to say X Men Origins of Wolverine. Sorry, like Wolverine, that we got to see more about.
Yeah, definitely. I think the one thing that's a little unfortunate for me is that, well, finally we're starting to get some games as far as for, Church used to say this back in the day, as far as like, what is Sony working on? Like, they do a really bad job of kind of updating people a little more timely and a little more identifying what their timeline is. So we finally getting more games that are announced, but I just feel like they've still have solidified the nature of, hey, just get a PlayStation 6 because that's when we're going to be releasing a lot of stuff. So, well, having a PS5 Pro or a PS5 is nice. It seems like it's crazy to me that that console has been out for 5 years. Like, this is the first PlayStation console that I have not purchased. Because it's just, well, technically at the first console, because I didn't get the PS4 Pro. I got the PS4 but not the Pro. But it's the first specific generation where I was just like, I don't feel like this is worth the money, especially with just how the games are just shitting the bed. But it's nice to see that some games are starting to develop. I know they had like a traditional launch, or just like I don't know, a longer extended or formal like campaign trailer, I guess, for Battlefield 6, which looks great. Still, and looking forward to that. I guess House.
Which I will say, normally I hold the ground on no pre-orders, fuck you, but
It's earned its keep.
I traded in my Xbox, and so for like what was it, $5 out of pocket, I pre-ordered a special edition. What we talked about in the previous episode. Where I'm like, I know, but I'm like, the beta hyped me, and it's like at the end of the day, even Battlefield 6 totally shits the bed. I've spent $5 to $10. I have spent $5 to $10 on worse.
Yeah, no, that's great, man.
Yeah.
That's great. I'll probably pre-order sometime soon myself.
I have a weird thing where I feel like there was a game announced that influencers are excited about, but the game will be dead in 2 years. Halloween. Do we need an IP for every single fucking horror movie ever fucking made? Because we talked about this. Remember, we have talked about this. We don't need a game for every single horror movie ever fucking made. Friday the 13th, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Ash vs. Evil Dead, Dead by Daylight headed it down of like release a horror game genre, right? That keeps people in, and it's like, and here's the thing: if people are like, not to sound wrong, I'm not like as the people from people from NorCal, yeah, would say, I'm not trying to yuck your yum. Texas Chainsaw Massacre, dead. Ash vs. Evil Dead, dead. Killer Clowns from Outer Space, dead. You know what I mean? These are all dead fucking games. So,
yeah,
yay! A game people will play for like 2 months.
Yeah.
And never touch again. I don't know.
Yeah,
that
seems like it seems like shovelware.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I agree.
And like I said, and to Joel's point, shovelware means you shovel out a game, you make your money, you let it die, you don't give a fuck. Yep. Because like I said, like I know people are like till this day, when Ash vs. the Evil Dead came out, the only people I saw play it were like sponsored influencers. I never saw people. It's like, it's a Tuesday night, I'm gonna play Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It's a Wednesday, I'm gonna play Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Yeah, and here's the thing: to the fringe of the community, that did that. I'm not saying you don't exist. I'm just saying these are games that feel like they're destined to make their check, die, and move on, aka shovelware.
Yeah. No, yeah, absolutely.
Joel, did you see that fucking control? That fucking speaking of Sunny State of Play. Sorry if you're looking to move on.
No.
You see that fucking controller?
That is by far the laziest like special edition controller of Sony that I've ever seen. That ridiculous. I mean,
Sony has
the right part of the controller is red, and that's it. That's a God of War controller. Yeah.
Sony has made God of War controllers before. We've sold them at our old job. So.
Yeah, that was ridiculous.
You can't even tell it's from God of War because it's not even like as accurate of a mark as Kratos' I almost said scar, but as Kratos' marking is, because it's not entirely 1-for-1. It's just a red mark. You know what I mean? It's not like the Kratos mark. There's no Sparta. There's because we have sold special edition God of War shit before.
Right.
And it's like, how are you? How can? Yeah, I don't know, man. Like I said, I know there's a lot of loyal Sony fan people. There's a lot of people in every fence where it's like, hey, the people I like can do no wrong, but 1-for-1, apples to apples. Sony has released special edition God of War stuff before, and this is worse. This is way worse.
It's funny thinking about special edition controllers in general too, right? Because I remember, I mean, obviously, the controller was designed the same way as that console, but that PlayStation 30th anniversary edition controller with the gray, I was like, God, that looks sexy.
That's still their best controller in years. The PlayStation 30th anniversary PlayStation 1 edition is by far their best in years.
And the one thing too I remember is even though the game was horrifyingly terrible when it came out. But the Star Wars Battlefront Darth Vader PS4 controller, that shit was hard too, bro. I
You
should
and
have.
I, dude, you and I talk about competition. Do you remember its competitor? The
Well,
Xbox 360 R2D2 edition.
oh, that's
There
right.
is
That was hot
absolutely,
too.
there is absolutely, fucking proof in the pudding that competition spurs creativity. Competition spawns creativity, and because Xbox, if I'm sure if you want to go back and do the chicken the egg of like who fired first, who fired first, Han or some dead fucking alien, of who struck first of the special editions of in the Xbox 360 PS3 era. I can't tell you who struck first.
Yeah,
That was a golden age.
that was
A
yeah,
golden age of special edition consoles and accessories, dude. Like I still
absolutely.
remember. You remember that Gears of War 3
I sure
Xbox
fucking do.
controller?
I was about to mention that too. That was a sexy controller too. It was like, oh my god, yeah. They just had it. They had the design like it was. They had it down to a science. Like they had some really great, graphic design folks during that time. I don't know what the fuck happened. Whoever's working on shit now, please get rid of them. It's like,
Who's ever working there now? Fire them.
fire them.
Seriously though, like I said, there was like I said, an argument made that during the console war, it's like say what you want about the console war, now we're in a day, no, here we are in present tense, where you can play Helldivers on every console, PlayStation, PC, and Xbox, and have a licensed partnership with Halo ODST. Oh, what about Nintendo? Go fuck yourself. Go take a shower. Um, so, but let's be honest. No one thinks that Nintendo's a console. Agreed. Agreed. Moving on. So upside downside, we're in this like new second era of like cross-platform gaming we've never seen. But god damn, dude, like I said, the console war had some fucking as kids would say had some fire fucking accessories, dude. Like had the Xbox controllers and PlayStation accessories and console editions were amazing. So to go from
Absolutely.
that era where it was your night, it was my job and your job to sell these, which literally sold themselves. They literally sold themselves
Yeah.
to this new PS5 red line bold Arial font. It's like someone made an Arial L drill and took the L and changed it to like 40 degrees. That it's like the laziest shit. So to go from like I said the golden era of like the R2D2 Xbox 360, Darth Vader PlayStation to our PS5 controller has a red line. Fuck off.
Yeah. Most definitely. Most definitely. So hopefully we get some much better special edition controllers for our systems. And speaking of game systems, they're not getting any cheaper, but I was just.
in this economy, hi. If you want to be an Xbox customer in this economy, don't. Literally go buy a PS5. I'm not even joking.
So
Like
no,
that
yeah, no, I'm
like
I'm
you do
I'm
your
with you.
bit, spoiler where I land on this, buy a PS5 or save up for something else.
And it's funny because I remember telling you, and I stand by this. I'm like, I find it hilarious that Microsoft thinks it's a good idea to raise prices on consoles that nobody's gonna buy. Like especially after doing the "this is not an Xbox," um, and they think that raising the prices of these consoles, regardless of whatever tariff situation, like they haven't even been paying attention to these consoles for a long fucking time. They've been pushing Game Pass and everything is an Xbox, and now you're going to raise prices of consoles that they pretty much sucked the value out of them. Like they don't even really believe in the Xbox. They believe in just making money, i.e., just having the games available to play on whatever system, and play this shit on anything. I don't care. Play on your fucking fridge if you can. So now they're gonna release these controllers or these consoles, excuse me, and just to give you the prices here, read them off. So the increase is supposed to happen October 3rd. So now the Series S 512 gigabyte is going to be $399, where the launch price was $299, and then just now it was $379. The Terabyte S is $449. The Series X digital version, no optical drive, $600. The Series X with it is $650, and the 2 terabyte Galaxy, because they're calling it the Galaxy Black Edition, $800 for a 2 terabyte Series X. That
$800 for a Game Pass machine.
for exactly, and a 5 to 6 year old console, $800. That makes 0 sense in technology like world. 0 cents.
Xbox gave Nintendo a boner. I mean, in one hand,
Crazy.
in the same fiscal year drill, Xbox said everything's an Xbox. This is an Xbox. This is an Xbox. This is an Xbox. That was their ad campaign. And the same hand they say, oh, but the actual Xboxes, $800.
Crazy. And I know some people will say, well, guys, like the PlayStation 5 went up in price too. But it's like, yeah, that's true, but it's an actual console that they're standing on and they're
It's a
supporting.
console with exclusives.
With exclusives. And mind it, there may be timed exclusives. They're still exclusives when they're releasing for a very long time. So you're still getting that experience. And again, they're standing on that hardware. They're not saying everything's a PlayStation. Like, no, buy the console if you want to be a PlayStation user. So it's just, I just find that ridiculous. Speaking of the consoles of Xbox, you have these devices, which I don't think they're Xboxes, but the ROG, the Xbox ROG Ally that we've been taking a look at,
The handheld.
Yeah, the handheld, exactly, which are technically just computers. But it's going to be available October 16th. The official prices for the Xbox Ally, the one in white, is going to be $600. And then the premium edition, the Xbox Ally X, it's going to be $999 officially. $1,000 for that.
$1,000. Remember, kids, everything is an Xbox.
Right.
I don't.
Yeah, everything's an Xbox.
Does their hardware team? Let me phrase this. Does their marketing team even have quarterly meetings with their hardware team?
Just emails.
there has to be skimmed emails, because for marketing, be like, everything's an Xbox, everything's an Xbox, everything's an Xbox. Also, buy this handheld for $1,000. Why? You just told me. I just saw a commercial telling me everything's an Xbox. Why would I spend $1,000? My phone's an Xbox.
Right. And
Your phone's right. Sorry, fuck you.
There's a saying around the internet for a lot of these devices, where people just say, "Just get a Steam Deck, bro." Just get a Steam Deck, bro. Especially
just get
now.
a Steam Deck.
Yeah.
No reason to buy. There's no reason to buy an RG Ally for $1,000.
Yeah.
Just buy Steam Deck.
And they just reduced the price of the LCD Steam Deck. It's $319.
Y'all, there's
$319.
Correlation causation, my friend. Oh, what's that? Xbox handheld's $1,000. We have a discount. and here's the thing too. Remember, Joel. Again, one hand is not talking to the other, because in one hand they say this handheld costs $1,000. Drill. What did the other hand announce a couple months ago? Xbox is now linked to a Steam. You don't need to buy. So, and that in 1 year, Xbox has told us You don't have to buy an Xbox. You don't even have to purchase it from the Xbox store. Why the fuck do they? What are they? What are they doing? Like I said, they told us you don't need to buy Xbox hardware. You don't even need to buy you don't even need to buy your games from our storefront. You can buy it from Steam. So why not buy a fucking Steam Deck? Actually, real shit, Drill. Not gonna lie, if that shit's on sale, I might buy that shit because, like I said, I got a trip coming up with like a long fucking flight.
Nice,
As the
nice.
kids
Oh yeah,
say,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
as the kids say, I'm not raw dogging that shit. I am. I want to play some shit. So,
Yeah,
but like
yeah.
that's what I'm
Especially
saying
it's a
though.
long
It's like
flight.
if they've told us you don't need to buy our hardware, and they have told us you don't have to buy our software games from their storefront, why should I spend another dime with you?
Right.
Because
Yeah, it's
they told us I don't have to. So spoiler, if it's between an Xbox sale and a Steam sale, holy fucking balls, the Steam sale wins every fucking time.
no, yeah, no, you're absolutely right. Yeah, it's just yeah. I'm really curious to see what's gonna happen for I'm really curious to see what's gonna happen for these releases of the Xbox X Ally. You know, obviously there's that one person, you know, or those small few group of people that just they want to, you know, they want to just have all the tech stuff because they have it, you know, within their means. But yeah, as far as for the mass majority, I mean, and then also too, the thing is that you know, one of the things that we're waiting on is they're supposed to have a slimmed down Windows version where I guess it's not going to be using as much power, and it's supposed to have like an Xbox skin, I guess, over it. It's kind of like a shitty launcher, to be honest with you. I've heard it's pretty inconsistent, so maybe they'll fix it by the time it releases. But none of it warrants $1,000. Like none of it really makes any sense to really pull the trigger on something so expensive, especially when it's and then you know, so you have
In
expensive
this
hardware,
economy, sorry.
right?
In this economy, $1,000, suck my
Yeah,
balls.
yeah. It's just it doesn't make any sense. Is basically my point. Steam is looking really really attractive at this point. I might just get the LCD one, just get the $320 one, um, because $320 is very attractive. The crazy thing, bro, is that like you know I recently purchased.
You gotta pick another adjective other than attractive, my dude. You got to Sorry. I'm just seeing her like it's looking pretty attractive, like Jarrell.
Hey man,
I
hey man, if it's sexy, it's sexy. But yeah, I mean, it definitely seems like
motherfucker.
a good purchasing decision. But I was gonna say also, like I have the Odin 2. It's like a higher powered Android device. It's crazy powerful, but powerful to play a lot of retro console games. And I can do the Game Pass streaming too if I wanted to as well because it's an Android device. So just once again, it's not making a whole lot of sense to consider the ROG Xbox Ally. You know, and it's funny because I have a ROG Ally, but I didn't spend that crazy money. You know, I got the OG one, it's the Z1 Extreme one, but them adding handles, a slight a launcher that's seems to be inconsistent as of right now, and that may be not be the case, but it seems like it based on people who have tested it out. And just yeah, the price doesn't warrant it.
Let me clarify one thing though, because you keep saying 320. Okay, so Steam Deck prices. The model that's normally 400 is on sale for 320 US. They still have their 550 model, $550 model, and their $650 model.
The OLEDs, yeah, the OLEDs.
Yeah, so they have two OLED models, top down, a 1 terabyte OLED for 650, a 512 gigabyte OLED for 550, and then an LCD 256 gigabyte, which is it's fine. Model normally for 400 on sale for 320.
You can upgrade that hard drive too, by the way. You know, so wait till
Get the
Black
fuck out of
Friday.
here!
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Black Friday, get a terabyte or 2 terabyte for $60. You're still saving money. You know what I mean? So, and it has all the same specifications as the other ones, despite the only thing differences are the screen and obviously the space. but they all have 16 gigabytes of RAM. They all have the same type of chipset. But given the Steam Deck is like 3 years old, people are still uploading YouTube videos like, just get a Steam Deck. Like, hey, is the Steam Deck still worth it? And most people are saying yes. You know what I mean? So that's pretty fucking impressive for tech. So, yeah, I may be getting one before the end of the year.
Like I said, I may join you. A solid chance around Black Friday, Cyber Monday. I'm gonna window shopping Steam Deck because uh, younger kids. Slight tangent. Y- Us, we were right there with them, Drill. We were right there with them. When Nintendo advertised their Switch, the first Switch, of coming home and playing it on their couch instead of their TV, and we're like, "What the fuck was that?" Okay, I'm in my mid to late 30s now. That's real shit. That's real shit, dude. The effort it takes to go from work mode to home mode is dependent on my couch. I've told you this multiple times. I've told you
Yeah,
this multiple times. If I clock out and my couch absorbs my energy, I'm not playing games. So if I can have a proper gaming device to play on the couch, I'll do it. So
yeah, yeah,
that's what I might be the oldest for. Arthur, you just have a 4K monitor, 2 feet from your couch. Hey, bro, hit 36, then we'll talk. Okay, you don't know, you don't know, you don't know. Like the energy gets sapped out of you from work. Okay, like it's like that
yeah.
limbo we all experience where too tired to play games, not tired enough to fall asleep, and
That's
that
real, man.
that's some real shit. And
That's
if
real
I
shit.
can, if I can play my OLED Steam Deck on my couch, other than Duolingo, I'm fucking killing it in Duolingo. I told you I'm like 1,000 XP above this Korean guy. Fuck that
Seeing
guy.
your
Yo, Duolingo has leaderboards. Yo, bro, like I said, like Battlefield 6 and Duolingo, your boy's on top of the leaderboard. Okay, what's up? Sprock is he Deutsch? Suck my balls.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna try and dive to like the for Japanese and like just like listening to podcasts and everything. Yeah,
Honestly, not sponsored. Real shit, Jarrell. Highly recommend Duolingo. Highly recommend it. Real shit. Their classes and the way they get you to remember shit, it's really good. It's
I
really
heard
good.
they I heard they have like a AI or like an AI person that you can
Yeah,
practice
that's
with
yes.
them.
So if you pay for the higher tier, which I have, because I'm all in, right? Yes. So the free version doesn't come with it, but I have Duolingo Max. So don't quote me, but I think there's Duolingo free. There's Duolingo free, and there's Duolingo Tier One, which is like I don't know Duolingo Pro or some shit, and then Duolingo Max. That's what I have, and that's when I can just call an AI and like talk to the robot. And I
That's
will
cool.
say this, Drill. This is some real shit. If any of you have been practicing a foreign language, something about like your brain when you're like, "Hey Arthur, what's this word mean? It means this. What does this word mean? It means this." I'm like, "I fucking aced it. Let's go." And you have to say it out loud. You're like, uh, uh, yeah, wie geht's? Uh, uh, Bisbald, tschüss. like, like, how are you doing? See you later. Goodbye. That was German, by the way. Um, but like I said, I can confidently ace their regular lessons. Holy fuck, dude! The second there's another, not even a human, an entity saying the words to me faster than when I say to the lesson, yeah. So like I said, if anyone's like I said, not sponsored. If anyone's interested in Duolingo, highly recommend going all in. If you're committed to it, buying Duolingo Max for a year, and just help start to learn a language at least conversationally. Well worth the money. Because Joe, I put in the chat because I know a decent amount of Spanish. I would say three fifths. I know three fifths Spanish. I put this way: I know no Spanish. I've been to Mexico like 3 dozen times, and every time I go to Mexico, I do just fine. And I know enough conversationally. And there's something about ordering food. Let's be real. Ordering a beer, specifically, ordering a beer in another country while saying that language, and the person you're listening, the employee, waitress, hostess, bartender, whatever you're saying it to appreciates it, and you enjoy that beer. It's an experience I recommend everyone to try. Going to a different country, ordering a beer, ordering a meal in that language fluently, nothing can top it. So yeah, I'm learning German right now. Ein kalt beer, bitte, danke. A cold beer, please, thank you. So, but yeah, I forgot how we got it. I forgot how we got here. Duolingo, Jarrell.
Yeah, that was
Give it
responsive.
like a, give it like a
That's
week, Jarrell. I recommend trying the free version Duolingo for like a week, and if you hit like a 5 day or 6 day streak, pull the trigger, buy the year, premium edition, max it's called. Well worth it.
okay. I will highly consider that. Yeah, I think I'm considering diving into that stuff. One of the last things that we I had here on the show notes, and if we would just stick our
Whoa,
fingers in, is,
Jarrell, you're
is
saying Duolingo wasn't the last topic?
I know it's hard to believe, but I want to make sure we had a chance to shit on good old Randy Pitchford. With Borderlands 4 releasing, and it's crazy too because like leading up to this, there's been issues, right? There's been issues with the cost of the game. The cost of the game, and them saying if you're not real fans, if you don't buy it, there's been issues with the collector's edition being $200 and not having the game, and now when the game releases, it is very poorly optimized, where you have $1,000 rigs that are struggling playing the game, and Randy Pitchford just went on a tangent and crashed out and said a bunch of shit that he has no idea what the fuck he's talking about because he's fucking insane and just likes to sink the own ship of his dev team. Um, just saying like, yeah, you can't run this on 3-year-old software, da, 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 but just like, see, there's a thing called optimization. There's something weird when Battlefield 6 is very well optimized, and
Battlefield
it's way
6,
more
an
advanced than
online
this piece of
multiplayer
shit
game
game.
of 64 people.
Yeah, yeah, you know what I mean. So it's just, yeah, optimization is a thing, and yeah, this game is just poorly optimized. I've seen multiple streams of people that have high-end PCs, high-end graphics cards, and seeing frames, crazy frames, like either skipping or just incredibly low,
Aim,
locked in,
aiming down sights for some people like lags the game.
crazy. You know what I mean? Like crazy frame stuttering. It's despicable. And then it's funny. I mean, none of this isn't a surprise to anybody, but the Switch version got delayed. The Switch 2 version.
No, the Switch can't handle a AAA game at launch. No, Joe. The Switch can't handle a non Nintendo IP at launch. Lies. Why do you lie, Jarrell?
So yeah, it's just I don't have a whole lot of things to say about that. I just thought it's just been a while since we talked about it, since that shit happened. To me, it's just sad all around because for dollars to donuts, I'm hearing it is a better game than Borderlands 3. But once again, very similar to the Metal Gear Solid Delta situation, which you knew I was very hyped about that game. Locked at 60 frames per second for some reason and struggles, and then this one even worse. Like it varies varies when it comes to the frames, and then it just doesn't run smooth, like it's really bad, and it definitely just seems like they wanted to shit out the game. It seems like the devs didn't really have the chance to iron out those particular flaws. And obviously Randy Pitchford, I doubt he's giving out bonuses for this.
For those who don't know, Borderlands 3 hit all their goals, but the devs were still denied their bonuses. A lawsuit was had, and there was a settlement outside of court. So Jarrell's knock at like bonuses, haha. That's you going to work and your boss telling you, hey, if you hit this goal, you get a bonus. And then your boss is Randy Pitchford and says, oh, actually, psych, you're not getting your fucking bonus. And like I said, there was a lawsuit and it was settled out of court.
Yeah, it was really gross because it's like it seemed like. I mean, we already know how nasty Randy Pitchford is, right? As far as just like, what the fuck's happening? Like, I remember when what was it, E3, and like he was like hunting down fucking Kevin Hart. Like,
Dude,
hey, say
that's
something funny. Like, what the fuck? For
it's
the
really
Borderlands
weird
movie.
because so the E3 Jarrell's referring to is like they're throughout E3 they were saying coming up later and on the set sneak peek about about the Borderlands movie, coming up soon on the set sneak peek about Borderlands movie. It really felt like Randy Pitchford didn't tell anybody about it and just shoved the mic in people's faces. I was like, Kevin Hart, be funny. Play Kate Blanchett, be funny. Be funny. Ha 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 ha. And like you have to make an effort for Kevin Hart to be boring, dude. And Randy Pitchford did it.
Yeah.
So and the pricing reminder. Randy Pitchford said the game's gonna come out. I think it was like $80, $90, don't quote me, but it was like a raise price. And he said something like, real fans will find a way. Go fuck yourself.
Right.
And then they rolled back on that because Randy Pitchford's a fucking weirdo. And he said that while wearing like a cult-like shirt. I can't describe it. But like when you see certain white people wearing some shit and you're like, is he in a cult? He was wearing white people cult shit. I can say that. So for our listeners, hi, I'm white. I can call out white people cults. It's a privilege. I think there's a name for it. So Randy Pitchford, while trying out for a cult, said, here's the price of games. People will find a way. They roll back on that. And then the game comes out. There is not only and here's the thing, Drill. For not, so PC optimization, not to play devil's advocate, is not a Borderlands exclusive problem. Monster Hunter Wilds had it. A ton of games have it. I'm not saying it's like admissible, but their response, as I'm hitting my desk, so I can see my camera bobbing. It was on console as well, and the reason why this matters is Randy Pitchford, from his own social media, Twitter, and other accounts, were telling people essentially like, you don't know how to run your computer properly at an optimum level. Learn how to use your own hardware before you buy your game. It's your fault. And then Randy Pitchford, even though he said this online, forgot how the internet works. And then people were loading videos from their consoles having the same thing. Oh, you bought this on Xbox? Oh, change your hard drive, fucking moron. Because again, he was offering the most random fucking advice, like from his own account. Hence Drell's like crash out phrase online, and it's like, cool. I own a PS5 Pro. What the fuck do you want me to do? And here's the thing too. As someone who, like you and I both had Borderlands 2 in our top 10 games of all time, and I stand by that. Borderlands 2, for me and Drell, is one of the top 10 games ever made, period. Stand by that. I think it's ironic, Drell, that what feels like around the month, could be less than a month, of the game releasing, Drell, they have a new character to play. And his name is Cash. I feel bad for diehard Borderlands fans that think this is still the norm, that an RPG, role-playing game, can release a DLC. Oh, what's a DLC? A whole other fucking character, a whole other class, less than a month, after launch, I'd be like, yeah, I'll pay for that. There was nothing stopping them. Nothing stopping the devs from having that character in the game at launch, other than the exec saying, no, we'll make people pay for it. I still love how the top comment on one of their videos on the official Borderlands YouTube channel is like, I can't wait to buy this game on sale on Steam. Until then, it looks fun. Because here's the thing, in terms of the gameplay loop, Borderlands is fun. Borderlands is subjectively fun. Most people won't deny that. But, like I said, Joel, can you imagine Baldur's Gate 3 releasing, and then a month after launch, a whole other class launches? You have to pay for that class. You know what I mean? It's like such a weird
It's very
cash
mobile game shit.
cash hungry move, mobile game bullshit for an RPG, a story based, RPG with, leveling up, skill trees, to release a whole other class like Raftalon. If it was like a year, maybe, like even for me, I still say that Necromancer being released like a year after Diablo 3 launch was fun. Because I didn't play Diablo 3. No, that's a lie. What got me back into Diablo 3 was the Necromancer being released. Right? But even Blizzard didn't release the game and like 4 weeks later, 3 weeks later, oh, here's a whole other class. Why the fuck wasn't this guy ready at launch? That's just me. I know it's just like people are used to it. It's like I said, people are Stockholm syndrome with their money nowadays, which I don't recommend. If you think you would not be Stockholm syndrome with, your life and what Stockholm syndrome tangibly means, don't be Stockholm syndrome with your money. Don't. If you want to, if I sold you a sandwich, and right as you're about to finish the sandwich, I have pickles, by the way, but they're $2. Drell, would you come back and buy a sandwich for me ever again? Probably fucking not. So I don't know why people put up with this. I'm not. And like I said, like the top comment in their latest gameplay trailer says, "Wow, this game looks fun. I can't wait to buy it on a ridiculous sale price on Steam." Yeah. That's where I'm at. Because like I said, well, that's fun. It looks fun, but I'm not fucking paying them for this full price. I don't fuck with any Pitchford. I don't fuck with RPGs selling me an unfinished game. I don't fuck with RPGs selling me a whole other character class right after launch, when it's clearly could have been in the original game. So yeah, Borderlands 4. I get it. People that are enjoying it, it's enjoying it. It looks enjoyable, but I don't plan on giving them my money anytime soon. And then, because reminder to Drill, Borderlands, which is Gearbox /2K, is owned by Take-Two Studios, and their CEO we talk about a ton. The Take-Two CEO is the guy that was once quoted as saying, games could be priced at paying per the hour. So that guy is probably fucking loving the smell of Randy Pitchford's nose up his ass, because he probably loves Randy Pitchford. So that, like I said, Borderlands 4, I'm not saying if you're not enjoying it, you should enjoy it. All I'm saying is, I don't fuck with that shit. I advise waiting for it to go on sale.
Yeah. Case in point, man. Case in point. We got a few minutes left here before we hit the hour. Any lasting points? And usually this is the point where we talk about Game Informer.
Game Informer finally has a good cover. I feel bad. Speaking of Borderlands 4, the return of Game Informer was a Borderlands 4 cover, and that Borderlands 4 cover of Game Informer was announced right after the Randy Pitchford bullshit of like, oh, well, fans will find a way to pay the extra money. So Game Informer announced their cover right after that. And then their next cover, Game Informer's next cover was Vampire Bloodlines Masquerade 2. A game whose name should not be that fucking long. Fuck off. Make it simple. Fuck you. Um, but the next cover will be Outer Worlds 2. I think that's worth it. I think that's a game. Finally, we have a game worthy of their a game worthy of their cover. Obsidian. I think Obsidian is alright. I still think Avowed missed the mark, but I think Outer Worlds 2 won't. I still think it's hilarious. Ask people in their 30s watching a trailer saying, Joel, there's a perk. Remember that perk? Oh, where you can crouch walk faster, but when you stand up, your knees crack, giving away your position.
Yeah, I still love that. That's so great. I was like, yes. I'm like, now they're thinking. Now they're now they're thinking. Yeah.
Yeah. Um. So yeah, in a little context up until now, like I said, we took a break. We took a hiatus. I had some family stuff come up. All good. Just saying I was busy, not like prayers and thoughts. Nope. Just let me phrase that. I was busy with family stuff, and then the world got dark. It was just really hard to be like,
Yeah.
let's talk about funny shit. I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't know if
A lot of stuff happens. So like, I think there isn't really enough to have a proper gaming episode. So like, let's just take a week or so off. Week or two
yeah,
off.
let's take a week or so off.
Oh, let me ask you this question about Game Informer. So I know the first two covers were L, at least the ones that we got, right?
Yep.
We both went all in on the subscription for the digital and I did the digital.
I
You
went.
did the
Let me
digital
phrase
and
that. I
physical.
went more all in. Let me phrase that.
True. That's true. That's true. Yeah, because I was like, I could just read it on my iPad. But how do you feel? You don't have buyer's remorse for Game Informer, do you? How do you feel about the quality of the amazing so far and all that
It's great.
stuff?
It's great. In terms of I think there is a larger argument to be had where there's a certain portion of the population that's looking to get off social media, looking to get off the internet, looking to disconnect, and are looking to analog paperback material. Clearly not the majority. Clearly not the majority. But as a guy that just not even uninstalled but deleted his Instagram lately. Like, hi. If you're watching, like, where is Arthur posting, streaming soon? I won't. I deleted it. My Instagram's gone. It's gone forever. It's not coming back. So, as someone that's in that category of people that like are actively making an effort to be online less, I think it's worth your money. If you're like I said, for me the way I like there's a reason why I'm not working for Game Informer Marketing, but for if you find yourself where you want gaming news, unbiased reviews, to know how mechanics work, to know what games to look forward to see what exclusive interviews are being had, but you want to get offline. You don't want to deal with the ads. This person died today. You'll never guess why. Click here. You want to, like I said, you want to mentally clock out. I recommend Game Informer. I do recommend it. Like I said, Game Informer was, and like I said, as they confirmed, the entire crew is back. All this controversy you heard about like game journalists, Game Informer, I want to say dodge all those bullets, but it's more like they're never getting shot at. You would never, Kotaku was like, either it was Kotaku or some Polygon dumb bullshit. Like, I don't like cops, so I'm not gonna play Cyberpunk side missions. You know what I mean? Or it's like, you remember Joel, where it's never confirmed, allegedly, people had paid sponsorships from Dragon Age Veilguard. Remember how many articles said return the form, return the form. Dragon Age Veilguard, return the form.
Yeah.
Wow, Dragon Age Veilguard has returned the form. Wow, oh my god, I can't believe they did it, guys. This is return the form. Like, how many articles were clearly behind the scenes paid for? I don't have that. I don't have that fear or worry with Game Informer, and I'm staying on top of it. So, for a lot of people that have FOMO, fear of missing out, Game Informer is print. If you get that tier, there's 2 tiers, digital and print. I will let you know if you have FOMO, fear of missing out. If you want to stay on top of the, if you rather talk about what's first versus what's accurate, maybe the print's not for you. But like Drill said, they have the digital edition. But like I said, Drill, it's a weird thing where, like I said, I'm in my mid to late 30s now. Turning all this shit off. The only thing on in my house is one light. My drips are open. And I'm reading Game Informer. I'm having a day. I'm having a blast. I don't worry about ads. I'll get a news story of like, this person got shot today. You'll never guess why. I'm like, I don't. God damn it. I just. I mean, as a guy that literally got into gaming because of escapism, like literally that's why I will always credit gaming to escapism, and why I fucking hate virtue signaling. I fucking hate lecturing. I fucking hate self inserts from these modern day writers for this alleged modern day audience. I will always push back about like any quote unquote like modern agenda in games, because that's not, you're in the wrong fucking medium. Write a book, write a Tumblr post, go have a fucking vlog, get the fuck out of my industry. We're not here for you. We don't support you. And the sales confirm that. And like I said, Game Informer thankfully is not in that category where I can just mentally clock out and read it. Drell, I'm not known for being concise. The answer to your question is no, I don't have buyer's remorse.
All right. Well, with that being said, I think we're gonna wrap it up here. Definitely. Yeah, this is a Game for Life podcast.
I'm not laughing at anything we're doing, Drill. I didn't realize, so I have the dual window thing on Windows right now. Can I have you do a favor live? Trust me, please. Google Steam Deck. Go to the official Steam Deck page and scroll down below their prices and let me know when you're there. I want you to see this live. It's phrasing that is without context. I caught it. I'm like, what the fuck am I looking at? Okay.
So you said go to the Steam Deck site.
Go to the official Steam Deck site. Scroll down do you see the 3 prices?
Yes.
Scroll down. Do you see a screen that says Steam Deck OLED with a black background? So scroll down. Okay. Yeah. Scroll a smidge below that. It's in the same category. How does Steam Deck advertise their OLED screen? You see it. How did it? Okay. Jarrell, all I'm saying is, right after I answer your question, my eyes look left and I just saw 2 words. You know what 2 words I'm talking about. I'm just like, whoa. All I'm saying is, I need you. All I'm saying, Jarrell, I'm not going to have you read it. I'm not going to read it. I just need you to know why mid-sentence, yeah, Game Informer is worth your money. My eyes look over here. What the fuck is on my screen? So, yeah.
Anyway, with that being said, I'm pulling the cord here. But again, Game of Life podcast each and every Friday.
I'm not reading it. I'm just saying, I just need you to know what I'm looking at.
It's all right. I'm one of your hosts, Jarrell. With me is my co-host, Arthur Thomas.
That's me.
All right. Thanks, guys. Happy gaming. We'll talk to you next time.